So let me tell you a little story about a guy who went out to journey to the center of a volcano. Welcome back to Hytale. A little bit of a chill let's play. That's what I do. A little chill adventure time. So yeah, I've been wanting to go into these volcanoes to find the dinosaurs, because even though I'm trying to play this, I don't know how much I'm trying to play it blind anymore. I mean, I'm not looking up sort of how-to things yet, but I watch all the stuff about the updates and everything, see what's coming out, what's new. It's exciting. Leave me alone. It's exciting. Anyway, first I knew that there was apparently something at the center of some of these volcanoes that appear in the Zone 4 devastated lands areas. And they are these volcanoes that show up on the map with these sort of gold bits at the centers of them. Not all the volcanoes have those. Some volcanoes just have like lava at the center on the maps. And so I was like, all right, there's precious treasure down there at the middle of a volcano. Like, what can be more dangerous in a Minecraft-like game, right? Where you got to go somewhere where there's just tons and tons of falling lava and everything, and you're 100 blocks up in the air. And anyway, I was like, all right, I want to find some of these treasure. And then while I was kind of looking for those, I found out that they had introduced the dinosaurs and some sort of underground jungle biome. And, I've been looking for the bamboo wood, just to have these different wood types, tropical wood types. I didn't know where to find them. So I figured, hey, they must be in these awesome jungle biomes. At first, I thought the jungle biomes were just available on the surface somewhere, but I did find out that they were going to be at the centers of these volcanoes, which I thought was pretty interesting, pretty cool, very fantasy oriented, very fits right in the flavor of all the Hytale stuff. It's perfect. But at this first stage here that you're watching now, what I'm trying to do, my crazy attempts to go down the center of a volcano, which I think, like, this would be, I don't know, this would have been super wild if this had been like in Minecraft or something. It's like, yeah, go into the Nether and, try to, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm losing track of my rambling brain, because I have to do this bit in voiceover because I only recorded these attempts, or this activity that I was doing. I only recorded it, the gameplay. I wasn't commenting while I was trying to do stuff because I needed to concentrate, because, I'm a clever gamer. I need to have all my brain cells firing and focused. And so to get down to the bottom of one of these volcanoes, I mean, it's pretty epic. You have to climb to the top, and you're climbing through, falling lava and all this stuff. You get to the top and you look down, and it's like just all this lava going down in there. And I'm just like, what am I gonna do here? And then I was like, oh, here's a 2 brain cell moment. Let's get out our bucket of water, and maybe I can turn a bunch of this stuff into cobble or whatever. Just negate some of this lava. But it kind of just made a mess. I kept pouring buckets of water here and there, and it would create cobble, but then the cobble sometimes would be below like lava source blocks, I guess, so that then they would just act as bridges for more lava to reflow over the cobble, and then the lava started to extend into the center of the volcano, covering the whatever gold treasure stuff is at the bottom. I think this first attempt, I made a horrible mistake, which is totally fine. This is my first time trying to infiltrate a volcano. So, mistakes are bound to be made. And it's called experimentation. It's called learning. That's what I was doing. I was learning. I'm a good student. All right, I take that back. I'm not a good student. It takes me a long time to learn things. But anyway, I was having fun, but it was pretty intense. I mean, I was pretty nervous just with all the lava going around and everything, Oh, it was kind of crazy. Anyway, with sweaty palms, I descended into the center of this volcano, kind of trying to do my water tricks with a single bucket of water. And so I even, at the very last, I'd gotten low enough to where I couldn't really make any more platforms. And so I dropped a bucket of water and then picked it up and then dropped into the water column. And it's just like, you're just sinking down through hell at this point. It's lava on all sides. So it's just a huge error. Don't try to infiltrate the volcanoes like this. And I literally ran through the lava and then chucked some water down to save myself. But hey, I was at the bottom of the volcano. I was like, I made it. I am Indiana Jones. I am amazing. I was very impressed with myself. So I got down there, but I was looking out and I was like, you know what? This is crazy down here. Look at this giant crazy cavern and this big open thing under the volcano, which is really cool, like sort of architecturally speaking or world gen speaking, like having these giant caverns, you know, complete fantasy style, but like underneath volcanoes. I thought was really epic. There wasn't a jungle down there yet, but I don't think at this point I was looking for the jungle. I was just kind of at this point interested in the gold, the treasure, and I was like, look at all this gold. Now, I only had like 2 bars of gold back at the Spawn Ranch because gold for me at this point in the game was very hard for me to find. I hadn't really gone looking for it, but you know, I needed a few gold bars to upgrade one of the workbenches and stuff. When I found this big treasure thing, I was like, look at all this gold. This is amazing. And I started mining it up and I was like, look at, they've got gold slabs even. This is craziness. But then I was wondering in the back of my mind, I was like, I don't imagine that these gold blocks are going to classify as gold ingots, so I wonder if there's a way to break them down or turn them back into ingots. Otherwise, what is really the value of all this gold if it's already made into gold blocks and it's not usable as ingots? So I was feeling I was a little on edge about this whole excursion down here, but I had only gotten a few of these gold blocks here at the edges because everything else, I knew there was more piles of stuff because I'd seen it from the map overhead, and I knew that all of my shenanigans with the water had covered the treasure in lava. So, deciding to ignore that for the moment, I was like, well, let me just go see what this underground cavern is like. Like, I don't know what's under here, or, you know, I just wanted to see what it was like. So I went cruising around. It's a little bit dangerous. There are, like, spots, of course, in the floor that are open up to drop you into lava unsuspectingly. And yeah, there were a few of the fiery mobs down here, the same ones that you kind of find down low in any of the caves that go down through the regular zones, the regular biomes and stuff, always take you down to the lava level. And you got these fiery, you know, fire toads and other, you know, the goblin guys or whatever. And it was pretty sparsely populated. There was very few mobs down here. I think they kind of started spawning when I finally got down there and stuff. And then, yeah, they were there. So I kind of hunted down a few of these and whatever, you know, I was like, okay, it's cool down here. You know, it's a thing, but there's not much down here other than a couple of these mobs to shoot down and farm up a little bit, and then just a bunch of lava and stuff. I don't even know if you can put lava in buckets in this game yet. I haven't even tried that yet. At some point, I just got tired of this area or just wandering around, and it's relatively dangerous, and I was like, I need to go figure out how to get that treasure out from underneath all that lava that I poured down. So my bright idea was like, hey, I'll bridge out under the lava maybe to see if I can like get under the lava and get to the treasure. And then I realized I had poured this water bucket down and it kind of made this sheet of water in front of me. And when I got into the water stream, I kind of had x-ray vision through the lava, which probably is not intended, but you could see through the water, you could see through the lava, and I could see to the solid blocks, and I could see that there was treasure there, and I was like, I need to get that treasure. It's what I came down here for. Indiana Jones doesn't leave empty-handed. I'm going to steal that treasure somehow. So I basically spent another, I mean, I'm a little bit embarrassed to say, but probably another half an hour basically trying to use water to, and cobblestone generation to sort of make this sort of inverted bridge, like an under bridge under the lava to get to the gold blocks. And I did so. I got there. I was determined, and I mined up, you know, a few of the gold blocks, actually quite a few. I got most of that stuff, and I was thinking, all right, well, I got these cool, great gold blocks. Maybe there's still a chance that I can turn these into ingots. I don't really know how they work or what their value is, etc., but I got them. And so I went back to my water stream that was still there, and yeah, getting out of this volcano in the water stream was nerve-wracking in and of itself because, you know, you're out of breath. Like, you're running out of breath, and then when you dip your head out of the water stream to gain your breath back, you fall. You can't, like, ride halfway in the water and halfway out of the water like you can in Minecraft. So it was nerve-wracking. I didn't know if I was going to make it, but I did. I made it all the way back. Actually, I made it halfway up, and my water stream happened to merge into a water stream that was coming out of this, some tunnel had, randomly generated in the side of this volcano. And I was able to get into this cave system, which had more water in it, waterfalls and stuff. And I was able to finally get all the way up to the top of the volcano. And I felt like it was a great sense of relief. I was just so happy when I finally got to the surface. And I was like, I made it to the top. I made it out of here. I made it out of the volcano. Good Lord. So this is like, an hour and a half of gameplay messing around with a single volcano, and didn't find the jungle. And I know the jungle generates randomly in different volcanoes, but I was just happy to have made it out of there without dying. I was very impressed with myself. Thank you very much. And so then on my way home, my trek back from the volcano, I came across this really cool, I guess it's a dungeon, but it starts on the surface. It's kind of like Hytale's version of the Desert Temple, and it was very Indiana Jones-ish in design. The aesthetic is very cool. I thought this was really a fun experience, and it was cool. So I was like, okay, I have my portal block here. I'll make a portal, go home, dump all my stuff. I'm gonna come back here and explore this dungeon. And it was very fun, and it's the first time that I found the particular desert skeletons. And I ran into the Scarix, I don't know how you pronounce it, but the Scarix, which are sort of the bug type of faction or whatever, or race of bug-like beings. But yeah, look at this room here. Like, this is pretty cool. Like, yeah, it's a lava, like, sort of a trap room, kind of, but there's thorium in all the walls. So I was like, there was actually quite a bit of thorium in this, I was gonna say mine shaft, but in this dungeon. This was just a really, really well designed, very fun, very atmospheric, very thematic, aesthetically thematic design of a dungeon. It was very cool. It really did have this feeling of sort of being Indiana Jones and finding these underground ruins. I mean, they started above ground, but they lead deeper and deeper, and they go down. It was very cool. I really enjoyed this. It was fun. I spent a whole lot of time sort of clearing out or going through the whole thing, and I did run into one thing though that was kind of a slap in the face. So I'm roaming around in this dungeon, and I come into this room, and it has all these gold pillars and gold blocks. It's the same stuff that I found in the center of the volcano. And I was like, you're kidding me, right? This can't be. Yeah. I was like, what did I go to the bottom of that volcano for? You could just find these in a desert temple. Oh, my chagrin was high. I went home, dumped all my stuff, and I figured, you know what? I want to go find the dinosaurs. That's what I want to do. I want to find the underground jungles. I like the idea of that. The aesthetic seems very cool. I just want to see it. I just want to see it. Go into a volcano and find the underground jungle.